Bondi here, just thought I'd drop in and say hello. Like I say, it's the first time since Sunday I've been out on my bike after that little crazy medio fundo, as they call it, little ride. Yeah, a bit bonkers, but yeah, it was one of those. Jumped out this morning, thought right, I need to go out. I've been using obviously my Deep Blue and my muscle rubs and trying to keep it good, and it felt great. But when it comes down to like PTSD, triggers, responses, signs, symptoms, it's quite obvious to me now because I'm more aware of things. Is when I jumped out on my bike, I sort of pushed it out, and as I went out a bit further, tried a couple of hills, my body instantly remembers going back to that trigger, flipping out. Is it going to cramp? Is it going to freeze? Am I going to be in pain? Is it going to be pain? You know, so when you get a trigger, it's kind of it's either an emotional or a physical, from an emotional or physical event, and this creates a response in your body, either in your brain or a muscle memory. Once we start thinking about it, then once it's in your mind, we'll play it over and over again, and then that'll lead to an action. So what we think, what we believe, can then come to fruition. So it's one of those that I try to push myself. I went out today, and to highlight today that it doesn't have to be a physical trigger. It could be a mental trigger. It could be both, but it's the same thing. But my body just wanted to go, no, don't. It's going to lock up. It's going to go back to that horrible memory of pain where my foot distorted. It then cramped up that I couldn't cycle one-legged, and then the other one went, so I had to stop, and it brought back horrible memories. And that was only 30k into the race. I say race, I completed, I didn't compete. When I'm looking at some of these people, like I say, Sonia, who's in the one bike, wow, she won the mountain bike last week, 100 and something kilometres, and 125k, she won it again. She's a machine, and everyone in front of me is an absolute winner. This is my race, my pace, and the downside to PTSD, anxiety and everything else, we do compare ourselves to others. People might compare themselves to me. Well, I only compare myself to where I was 7-8 years ago, where I was regularly being contaminated by chemicals, under stress, working long hours. That wasn't healthy for me. Whereas now, this is the first time in many, many years. Okay, we lost the birds, which was my therapy. Very stressful in France, just unfortunate, that's the way it goes. C'est la vie, as they say. All shit happens, whichever one you want to use. Now I've actually got time to look after myself, and I can regularly train. And now I'm beginning to feel the benefits. And I compare myself to now, because 3 years ago I tried to cycle the Pyrenees. Yeah, not a chance. I managed one, I think the Ares, I think it's called, and the rest I had to stop. The following year I managed to do 5 cols without stopping. So it just takes guts and determination, but it also to face that fear. Now that fear today was, it's going to go back in the cramp, but push through it. I think no, not a problem, it's okay, got plenty of water, so rehydrated all the time, and yeah, felt good. So when you're dealing with your own PTSD, your own traumas, it's your race and it's your pace. And that's kind of like you say, why I've done the Fireman's Tired Eyes, is that if I felt that I was dealing with a few things and I always thought I was in control, and yeah, I was dealing with it, and to my mind, the best of my knowledge, I was. It's only when I stopped, I left the fire service, is that things actually caught up with me. So just be aware of these things. Like I say, none of us want PTSD. There's so many different levels of, there's acute, there's complex, it just goes on and on and on. And we can all witness and do the same exercises. We'll all feel different, and every day we'll feel different if we do the same exercise or witness the same incident. So it depends on your coping capacity, is how far and what you'll deal with and how you'll deal with it. So stress levels, if we can look after ourselves, I try and eat healthy and drink healthy. I try and look after my body, so I put decent fuels into my body. I try not to put any chemicals in, and I try and get sunlight, which is pretty good down there, and I try and exercise. So there's alternatives to keeping yourself fit and well. Do the best you can with what you're dealing with at this present time. we've got choices, try and make the right choices to do the best for our own health and well-being. Sounds a bit of a lecture really, but when I look at it, I was 98 out of 111. So what I'm trying to say is, don't compare yourself to anyone else, just compare yourself to yourselves. The fact that I'm out cycling regularly now, I'm over the moon. My lungs feel so much better. I was coughing up all sorts of crap, basically from stuff I've absorbed and taken on for so many years. And the Fire Brigade Union now are actually pushing a case about decontamination and the risks of carcinogenics and cancers in fire service. The idea is to get an hour and then shower and get rid of it all, but the chances are most firefighters can't do that because we've only got one lot of kit, because one's already in the laundry, and we don't get a chance, we're too busy. So it's taking those extra steps to really look after yourself. Doing a talk, or I got a video call, a filming documentary on this Saturday to do with the books, Fireman's Tired Eyes series, and that is promoting signs, symptoms, triggers, and then alternative therapies. And it's really about getting the message out there. So if we don't help ourselves, the government, and I say I'm not picking on the fire service, but no one's picked up the phone to ask if I'm okay. You get your mates now and again, but once you're finished, you're out and they don't care. So we really have to look after ourselves. So my point is of doing this, I've got a crazy idea that one day I might even start a Fireman's Tired Eyes cycling team. We'll do raising events. So there's plant the seed, chuck it out there. If anyone's looking for a holiday and want to come out and do an event, let's sort some out, or even I'll come back to the UK and sort some out. So yeah, we'll go from there. But you've got to have these ideas, you've got to have some plans, and you've got to push through them. So like you say, it's your race, your pace, and don't be afraid to face them. We're not alone, don't struggle alone, and keep in contact with people. So hopefully this inspires you. I'm not doing it to be anything else but to look after me, and if that can inspire people in a way, that's great. And I'll always be the first to encourage everyone else to go with it as well. So that's what's I can really take back from the cycling, the Medio Fundo, small race, 82k, that everybody was encouraging, everybody was there for each other, spectators, the police looking after you on the roundabouts, on the junctions, the support staff, the drinks, the water, the food stations, where they needed. So when you've got people around you looking out to reach a hand out, grab it, take it. Those water stops, I wouldn't have got round without those, because I ran out of water, I was glugging it and it was so flipping hot. So take advantage of an outstretched hand, use it, don't fight these things on your own, and stay in contact. If you're struggling, reach out, but be inspired and look for the good stuff, because look back at what you've achieved. I look back and think, crikey, I've cycled 5 mountains in the Pyrenees, I've done these, I've achieved this. It doesn't matter where I've come, I've completed, I have done that. So I want to keep inspiring, myself and pushing. So look back at what you've done as well. So yeah, big steps forward is progress, and I wish you all well. I'll say ciao for now, and I need to drink more, so I'll see you soon. Ciao.